Hey boxers, I'm going to try to make this video one more time. This is my third attempt. I keep getting frustrated and I quit. I'm going to try to make this pretty simple, make my explanation very clear, what I'm trying to do. Here is my base game, right here. I called it Let's Race. It's a 3-swipe game. No fancy editing. Okay. In this game, I've got my actor. It's a swipe 3 lane. Far left, -20 with an offset of -4. Offset of 0, which is center, -20. And 4 to the far right, which is -20. Here's what it looks like. Okay, so my 6-year-old son, who was playing the game because I was testing it to show him about the game that I was making for him, because he plays a lot of games, and I told him I could make some games. And so I started with this one, and he wanted me to change colors around, mainly because I don't know how to put a texture on anything just yet. All I'm going to use is these fancy colors, okay, which looks kind of cool. A lot of games are like that, so I get it to a point here. But then what he said I needed to do was insert a power up that would change the speed of the game. Now the power up would look the same, but you would never know whether it was going to be slow, normal speed, or fast. Okay? So in this base, I just started with this right here. I created, using the asset library, the atom. Okay? I created one, and then I duplicated it twice, so I've got 3, and then I renamed them slow, normal, fast. I went into each one, and I took the linker out for adding a point. I could delete it if I wanted to. Otherwise, we have our sphere model, our 2 little orbiters. It rotates. If it collides with anything, within half a second, it's going to remove it, and it's also going to be considered defeated and show these 2 fancy little animations. Okay? Seems simple enough. All right. All of them are like that. I'm going to go ahead and just delete the add point here. Okay. I would hope that all of you would agree with me that this is just some normal object now. Under start, it's not physics, but you can still collide with it. It's just a basic object for something for me to collide with. Okay, so now what I want to be able to do is, under my actor, I want to add a collision, so that once I collide with, let's say, the slow, that it's going to change the state of the game speed for all of 3 different lane modes. Okay, and instead of me building that right now, I'm going to save this real quick. I don't think I made any changes. And then we're going to go to open recent, and this is my first try. Let's race 1, my first try. Okay, open up my 3D world. Again, I've got my, let's get rid of those. You know what, it doesn't even matter. I went into my actor, and I created these 3 collisions from start. If collide with atom point slow, collide enables lane move speed to -5 for offset 4, -5 for center, and -5 for far right. And then normal is -20, which happens to also be the normal game speed, because once I change the game state, I would be having these 3 different collides to be changing the game state. For this fraction of a second at the beginning on my start, from here to there, it should be -20, which is the normal state of the game. And then once it collides with atom point slow, it would change the game state. Normal, change it back to normal. Fast would change it to a game speed of 30, which is an increase in speed. Okay? So for right now, I put my atom point slow on the first scene just to see if it takes place. I didn't want to put it on this particular one right here and have to go through all these randomized scenes to finally run into it. I put it on the start scene. I should be able to notice it quite soon. Let's play. The game seems to lag while I'm recording video here. Let me delete this for a moment so it doesn't even apply. Okay. No. Let's go to, let's just delete these 3 real quick. That means they don't even apply in this mind map. Only thing that applies is still the base game. See? There's no difference there. So instead of trying to connect all these, let's just go slow. I just want to make it slow. I just want to test it out. Okay? Go into my world. In all these worlds, I don't have any of these atom point slows except in the first one. I want to know immediately if it's going to work or not. Seems like a logical way to test the game. Let's stick it way out there a little bit so it gives it time to think. Yeah, not changing the game state at all. The speed isn't changing. Okay. All right, that doesn't work. So let me save this one. And I'll show you what I tried the second time. Seems pretty logical that that one should have worked. But maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, open recent. Let's try number 2. Okay, still got my atom point slow. Under actor, now I was like, okay, well, by default, it was hooked up to this one right here, which is the normal game state of -20. All right, so if it is hooked up to that, then I should be able to make a collision for each one. Maybe that's what I've got to do. So I've got collision with slow, swipe 3 lanes with its logic, change it to -5. normal, 20, fast, 35. So it's either going to be normal, extremely slow, or extremely fast. Let's play. Heck, even when the game's over, it just keeps colliding with things, and it's already been defeated. Okay, so what am I doing wrong here? All right, let's get rid of the normal and the fast. The only thing that should apply is the slow. And in my world, on the first one, let's confirm that I've got the slow on there. I don't know what I'm doing. Why is this not simple? Okay, so let's change this. All right, none of these are connected, so they shouldn't even apply. Let's just go straight from here to slow. Should work on slow. Should be slow. No. Just as fast as can be. Okay. Speed -5. The normal speed was -20. That was the template. Okay, this is the only thing I've got connected. It's no different than my base game and me just changing the numbers to 5. Okay? And this is how many times I've tried this. I've tried this 12 different ways. Okay? So, screw it. I don't even need that one connected in there. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe on collision, let's get rid of that for a moment. Maybe we need to, like this one right here. On collision, you get defeat. And then I added these 3. And miraculously, on defeat, I can actually make it change the speed for each one of these lanes, depending on which one it is when it gets defeated. Okay? And I think, yeah, see, I don't even have one attached. There should be no logic at all. There should be no logic at all that this be a 3-swipe lane changing game. I mean, is this scripted? This is supposed to be no coding. I'm supposed to be able to drag these over and make that one apply. It's still picking up coins and colliding with objects. And it's supposed to be moving extremely slow. Okay, so then I was like, okay, what am I doing? Okay, what are the actions have we got here? Or what advanced moves have we got? We got state machine, node that can enable corresponding output signal and disable all others. Okay, if it disables all other outputs that are corresponding, which is lane move, -5, or -20 is the normal, supposedly. Let's drive this in here. if collide, if collision is enabled, override to slow. Nope, that don't work. Get rid of that one. Let's see. Let's put a delay in. If collide with atom point slow, let's put in then in, and let's change the delay to 0, so that immediately the output of it should enable lane swipe 3 to be extremely slow. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, let's see here. Let's put a timer in there. Okay, if collide with slow, let's enable the timer for 10 seconds. To enable line swipe 3 lanes. Okay. That doesn't do a thing. Is this the core? Is this not the outer layers that the admin or administrator was describing? I mean, is this what I'm paying? Is this the $100 product a month? Start, collision, defeat, change speeds, or collision with a different object. Okay, this is collision with the cube part, which is my enemy, essentially. This is a different object. I want to change the state again. Okay? Heck, let's just get rid of this for a moment. And this is no different than my other build. Try number 1. Okay? Let's match that up. Collision. Collision. There seems to be a function after collision before we get to that state. So maybe I need something in between there. I wouldn't think I needed something, but let's put something in there anyways. Okay? We don't want it to make it defeat. We don't want to enable defeat. I don't want the game to end. What should we do? Put a delay in there? Well, you know, it doesn't seem to me that you want to put a delay in the function unless you want it to be a delay of, what's that button do that? 0. No, that don't work. Okay. Hey, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Build Box 2 was pretty dang simple. You make a collision with an object or an action. It changes the game state. The game state can be changed to the speed of the game. It worked. Now you've gone to the nodes. It sounds like a good idea, but it doesn't function. not even the simplistic terms that you've got here in several different methods, whether it's a delay, whether I'm doing it a timer to only last for 10 seconds, and then maybe go back to normal. Why is it not that simple? This is $100 a month. This is not the first game I've tried to make that doesn't seem to be able to do anything where I can complete a simple task. This isn't even a release product. And if it is not that simple and it is more complex than if Collide changed the state, and if anybody says that I've got to freaking script this thing, then there ain't any way that BuildBox should be portraying this as a no coding product. And App One or App On or whatever and stuff like that, it's too late. You've already released it. Is this a bug? Do I have to pay to have it figured out? Because apparently I can't do it using simple nodes. I mean, there's only so many. I even went to a processing and tried a speed vector. Okay, I mean, that's the only thing that you got in here that even has anything that relates to the speed. If Collide enable, the output of the speed vector should be able to change the state of the lane. That's another way that it should be able, I would think it would be able to be done. Did it do it? I can't even tell if it did it. So what it makes me want to do is, okay, if it collides with, God, this should be extremely fast then. If collide with atom point fast. Okay, let's get rid of this one because it's not fast, it's slow. Let's drop in the old fast here. Raise it up a little bit for some collision. Bring it out there a little bit, give it time to think before it takes place. Let me double check myself here. No, that didn't work either. I'm going to get rid of that. Acceleration. Vector. I think a vector is a vector to angle, but I'm not sure. Let's try this one. Do we have a... Yeah, it doesn't even describe what the heck that thing is supposed to do. I collided with it, and it didn't change the speed. It ain't that one. Advanced. Let's see, we tried the delay. We tried a timer. Yeah, we tried a timer. We tried some processing. Time. Signal time? Yeah, I ain't even going to try that. Oh, I bet it could be scripted, though, with this no-coding software. Sorry to sound like a complainer, okay? But you guys failing. This is a fail. I don't know how I'm seeing on the forums that some of these guys have done something, and they got to be making things way more complex than just trying to change the speed of the game. Okay? I mean, do you have to be a filmmaker to make that Night Fighter or whatever it was called? Has he got the right resources? Is he paying the $10,000 to have you guys script it?